Hey friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Thursday! So I had several messages asking me if I would do the last set of the Joy ornaments, so here we go. How is everybody? Happy Thursday! Whew, craft show opens tonight at 4 o'clock, so I have to be over there at noon. I have a few crafters that are actually setting their booth up today. So, yes, sometimes it works out that way. Anyways, how is everybody? Happy Friday, Thursday, not Friday. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow I may or may not be on. Depends on how early I do get up and get all my stuff ready to go out the door. Honestly, I do have a quick project for tomorrow, but I need to just kind of play it by ear. So if I don't show up tomorrow on here, that's why. I have craft show I have to be there at 8 o'clock, which means I have to leave here at 7:30 because of traffic. So anyways, guys, I have these cute little ornaments here. Let me show ya. They are so cute. There's an elf, a Santa, and a Mrs. Claus. So here's the elf. Things slide around. I have all my pieces though. I made sure. Sometimes I get in here and I'm like, what happened to his nose? All right, so we have Santa right here. We have Mrs. Claus. We have the elf, and then we have beads, ribbon, and jute. Okay, so I have sold bazillions of these ornaments, so it's time to do them. There's 3 different sets of the Joy ornaments. They are just so cute. So I have a whole bunch set aside for me to paint, because when I cut them out, there's always an extra set. I can cut out 4 ornaments on each page, so I just been cutting one extra of one of them and kind of rotating through. So I have a whole bunch ready to paint, but just haven't had time. So yeah, it's that problem again. Never enough time, right? Yes. Okay, go ahead and say hello so I know who's watching. And let me go ahead and get to my page. There we are. Okay, let me share that over to VIP group. What are you guys doing this weekend? What do you have planned? I just have craft show. Hopefully I'll get to see a few of you. My head is itchy this morning. I took my allergy medicine already. I'm like, I swear it's not cootie bugs, but you never know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It is not cootie bugs. But do you ever just get that itch and you're like, it's dry scalp. It's that time of year. It is that time of year. So let's see, Joy ornaments. There we go. Sand. Okay. All right. Got all that done. Now, let's go ahead and see who's here. Hi, Betty. Good morning. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Holly. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Vicky. Hello, Laura. How are you? Hi, Chris. It says there's an error. It might not have pulled up every single thing, but on my phone, that's all that I see. Okay. All right. Let's get started, guys. Let me bring in my board, and we'll just jump right into this. These are so cute. So I'll have 3 more ornaments to put in my booth today. I've been working on a few things. Tara took a project home. Trying to get a few more things for my booth because I feel like I don't have enough Christmas. But, you know, honestly, it is what it is. I'll just have to make do with what I have and spread things out as things sell. Yep. That's the way it is. I actually have baskets of ornaments on my table because I don't have enough shelf sitters. But that's okay. That's all right. You know what? Maybe more ornaments will sell this time. So every show is a little different. You never know what's going to sell, right? So whatever sells is fine with me. Okay, let's dissect these ornaments. Let me just go a little bit smaller so we have the whole board. Hope you guys are all doing well. There we go. Okay, let me slide the thing over, push this up. Hi, Sarah. You're doing a craft show too. Yay. That's great. Is it close to your house, or do you have to travel a long distance? I know some people will drive quite a ways for craft shows. Most of mine are really close, within 15 minutes. My furthest one is a half an hour away up in Escondido, but all mine are really very close, which is nice. Okay, so let's just dissect these, get the pieces off. We have our J and our Y. We'll have all our J's and our Y's. And maybe we'll do all of our snowflakes together. We could do that, all of our snowflakes. And then we have two of these guys that are the holly leaves. And then, oh, actually we should put those somewhere else. Maybe on this side. Because we have a little more white. We have the little pom-poms. Those are white. What else is white? Oh, Mrs. Claus's hair. So this is layered. So this is red. Her glasses are red. The hair is white. I'll put that there. Okay, that's, oh, Santa's beard is white. His nose and the top part of his hat. This all takes apart. Okay, white, white, white. Okay. I'll just move one of these over. I'm just talking to myself, sorry. Okay, the J's and the Y's, I was trying to keep those together. I'll just turn that sideways for now. Those all have to be painted white, and then I do the stripes. Okay, that's red. The hat's red. What else is red? The heart. The heart is red. Okay, then I have Santa's face. Yeah, now I don't have anything down here. That's okay. I'll scooch my board up. I have hair. I have noses and faces. Okay. This is the nose. Okay, the hat. Okay, so a white for his, white for that. Okay, his hat is green. This is green. The bow is dark green. Should put that up with the holly leaves. And the button is yellow. Okay, I think we got everything. Okay, we don't have anything down here, but that's okay. That's all right. I can put my pellet dish there. Alrighty, let me see. Hey, Pam. Hi, Eunice. Good morning, Barb. Hi, Deb, my sister. Hey, Lynn. Sorry, oh, it's 45 minutes away. That is not too far. That's great. That's not bad. This is not a new one. We haven't painted it yet, but this is what they look like. We've done the Joy ones before. So this is what they look like painted. This is my sample to look at, my sample picture to look at. So we've done the ones that were snowman and bear, penguin, moose, all those. So reindeer. We just hadn't done this set, and a lot of you have purchased it and asked me to please please do this. Sorry, I was trying to read Laura's thing. Hi, Doris. How are you? Laura, you got your Shopify order yesterday. Did you have a change in the wood that we use? No, it's all the same. We didn't have a change in it. The only thing that's cut differently is the large, the wreath, because we cut that with the regular Baltic birch. So the only thing we've cut with different wood was the Snoopy wreath. Everything else is all the same. It hasn't changed in 3 years. So I'm not sure why. You can send me a picture if you're concerned about it. Send me a picture. But we haven't made any changes at all. So it's the same supplier, same wood. It could just be a different color, but it should not have a different feel unless it's the wreath. The wreath is the only thing that we we cut out, or sometimes there's like the thick, what else is cut out of Baltic birch? I think there's, if it's the thicker wood, then those items might be cut out of the Baltic birch. So this is the MDF. The MDF, the thin wood is all the same supplier, same place. You know, sometimes batches might be a slightly different. Sometimes a batch might be slightly different, but yeah, let me know if there's an issue with anything. Hey, Lori, how are you doing? I know that you were one of the people that had asked about this, but there's 2 other people that sent me messages that said, yes, please do the joy one. So, hey, Don, how are you? Okay, so black for the background there, and then this one is a burgundy color. So we're going to use alizarin crimson. So I'm just painting from the sample picture, just doing it the way that I want it to be. I can make changes. Just like I say, any of us can do these any color that you want. You don't have to choose the same colors that I do. And if you don't have a color that I do, you can mix colors, or you can choose a totally different color scheme. Totally up to you. I'll get you the link for these guys. These are the joy ornaments. There's actually 3 different sets of the joy ornaments, but let me grab you the link after I do the background on this. So that was alizarin crimson. This is going to be cotton candy. Cotton candy is like a pink. So yeah, we used to use strictly only Baltic birch plywood. And when we do that, you do have to sand. So when it's the Baltic birch plywood, we do have to sand. And we couldn't get it during COVID. And then the price, when we did get it, it went up. So we switched to the MDF. We've been using the MDF forever, but then we were able to get some of the Baltic birch plywood for our wedding orders. And it was the pieces for the wreath are so big, the Snoopy wreath, that it was easier for us to use the Baltic birch for some of them. So that's what we did. Yeah, it may have been the wreath. Yeah. So it is. Yeah, so that is Baltic birch. So you just have to, what you have to do with Baltic birch is you paint it, and then you're going to sand, because it's going to, the grain is going to rise on it. That's what I like about the MDF, because I was so against using MDF. Ask Sarah. I was like, no, but it paints up so nicely. It really does. It does. So I will be sticking with this. It's just when we have a bigger item like that, sometimes we'll use the MDF or the Baltic birch, because those sheets are big sheets. So these sheets, I buy these, the sheets that are the MDF, we actually buy the smaller size. We buy the size that you would put in a Glowforge, because it works better for us to have everything consistent. Okay, so white for all of that. This is white also. Okay, I was just making sure that's the elf's part of his hat. Okay, all right, so next, let's do green. Our green, so that's the darker green. This is red. Okay, oh, these are white also. Hello. Let's do more white. Let's do the J and the white. Who's been watching Survivor? Oh my goodness, was last night a good one. I'm not going to spoil it, because some of you might have recorded it and haven't watched it yet, but boy, was it a good one. So I actually watched it twice. I have it on my Paramount app, and I watched it, and then I watched it a second time just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because sometimes when I'm working on stuff, I'm not paying attention. But boy, was it good. So there was an emergency in there. Yeah, there was a medical emergency in there. So if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Hey, Michelle. Oh, Laura, are you watching it? Yeah, yeah, it was really good. Laura, you were watching Survivor too. I know it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't watched it yet and you've recorded it to watch, go watch it now. Not now, but later. Laura says, remember when the price went way up and I wasn't happy that I had to switch. But yeah, it ended up being so much nicer. I know. It's like sometimes it's just meant to be, right? Sometimes. Okay, so this is the darker green. You can use, I happen to have lush green in here, but medium Hauser green would be a good choice also. So I'm going to do all my holly, and then I'll go back, I'll do the red little berries after, but I just paint right over it. There's not separate little pieces on these. Sometimes a project will have separate little red berries. They're so tiny, they fall through. What we have to do when we're cutting a project that has a little tiny heart or the berries, we have to cut like 4 or 5 of them and hope that one of them doesn't fall through. I'm honestly, if you cut on a laser, you know what I mean, because the grid can sometimes be too big and their little pieces fall through. So anyways, I really did enjoy Survivor. Can't wait for the next one. So something that I look forward to each week. I watch it on my phone on the Paramount app. I also, what else did I watch? Oh gosh, I don't know. I always watch a lot of YouTube type videos, catch up on my podcasts, that type of thing. Okay, flesh tone. So that's not the right one, Darlene. That says coral cloud. That is not what you use. Let me get my warm beige. Warm beige. There we go. There's a lot of movies available on Paramount. I just, you know what? It's hard for me to stay focused on that because I'm up and down from my chair, getting things out of the laser, and I miss parts of it. So, okay, I'm going to try not to get this in the eyeballs, so I don't have to use a marker, but inevitably I probably will. Okay, here's Santa's face. It's tiny. Got little noses. Okay, and then Mrs. Claus's face. All right. Okay, and then these are light green and then yellow. Okay, so a lighter green we're going to use is Hauser Light Green. Amazing Race. Oh yeah, I watched The Amazing Race. That was one of them. I was like, which ones were they? There were several. I did watch The Amazing Race. I don't know if it was a new one. Okay, so because I have been watching some of the older ones, so I need to go back and see, was it actually a new one? But yeah, I enjoy those shows. I enjoy watching those type of things. And then I have certain podcasts that I'll watch. Okay, so so her little lacy part is green also. And then the yellow for the hair is going to be marigold. Okay, so we will have our first coat of everything. We'll go back and we'll get our second coat on. All right, where's another brush? Here's another brush. Okay, so yesterday my husband, he went down to spend the day with his brother and his family. So they went to the Midway. Have any of you gone to the Midway Museum, which is the Midway ship, the great big ship, when you've been here in San Diego? It's amazing. It's something, you don't want to miss it. If you like stuff like that, it is really cool. They spent many hours on it yesterday. Okay, I'm going to start doing second coats. Don't need another coat on the black. We're going to do a second coat on the red. We might need a third because it is one of those things that sometimes needs a third. Hey, Julie, I don't know if I said hi. Hi, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. You kind of snuck in between some of those comments there. So today is going down, and the price of lobster has gone down by 50%. Crazy, right? So his brother usually tries to catch lobsters in lobster traps while he's here. Well, he is, and that's during lobster season. I don't know if it is lobster season right at the moment, but he is there. They are going to go get lobster over at, there's a fish store basically, and they're going to vacuum seal it. So yeah, they're going to process it. So the price of it is like half price right now. I don't know maybe people just aren't buying it. They said something about Japan's not purchasing it, or China, somebody's not purchasing it. So they have an overabundance. And so that made the price go down for us here locally, which is great. Great news. Who likes lobster? Anybody? Who likes fresh cooked lobster that you've caught yourself? John used to go out, him and his friend, they'd go out, and they never got a ton at a time. I don't know how whatever the limit is. A lot of times they would just get their limit, and there's 2 of them. But fresh caught, instead of being processed and all of that. Yeah, really good. But I guess in a restaurant too. It's in a tank, and then they can cook it right from there. That's pretty fresh. So anyways, it's pretty good. It's actually something I can have. I can have most seafood. I can have shrimp, and I can have lobster. I have had, what is the other ones? Trying to think of what it was. I did have a reaction to one thing. So I pretty much just stick with that. The shrimp and lobster, and the crab legs. I can have crab legs. I like fish. So seafood is good for me. It's good for my body. But if you like stuff like that right now, you might notice it even in your areas. And right here, they're catching it right now. So the price is a lot lower. You might notice it in your areas too, that the prices have gone down, which is always a good thing. We love when prices go down. Doesn't happen very often. So you love lobster. Yeah, it is good. It is good. So I can't eat too much, and I don't like butter. I mean, people cut it up and they dip it in butter. I just like mine plain. I just like to enjoy the pure flavor of it. Okay. All right, next color. Let's go to our green. So the green I used is actually a different green. I don't even know. It is lush green, but it's kind of a different green. Like a forest green in a way. I don't know. It's different, but it will work. It'll work. And then our red is our Tuscan red. Scallops. Thank you, Doris. She's my sister's watching. I'm like, what was it? Oh, it's scallops. I did have a reaction to scallops. Well, I ate them several times, and then we cooked them another time, and I had a reaction. And I don't. It's got to be in the processing of it. Yeah. So no more scallops. Clams. Gosh, I remember when I was a kid, my dad loved clam chowder. And so I would make homemade clam chowder. Now I'm getting hungry. I'm like, let's just talk about food. And I'm in here and I can't get any breakfast. You guys, homemade clam chowder was such a treat. Even canned clam chowder I used to love when I was a kid, but it's expensive. We didn't get it very often, but it was one of my dad's favorites. But I remember making it with, cutting up the potatoes, doing the onions, all the stuff, all the good stuff. I should make some, but I could still have it. Okay. We're getting there. I'm getting all of our colors. Okay. So this is light Hauser green for this. I don't, you could use sour apple if you want to. Kind of think they might have used sour apple, but I don't like it that bright. It doesn't really go with what my colors in my booth. Okay, and then marigold for the hair. All right, the only thing we need to put another coat on would be the white. Let's go ahead and let's dry it and see what it looks like. See how it goes. All right. My dogs are so funny. They know that my husband is not in his regular routine. They know that something's up. That he's not really at work. They kind of just have been hanging out on the couch while he's been at his brother's all day the last couple of days. They kind of know that he's not sitting there with them. Isn't it funny how animals know those things like automatically? They're like, what are you doing out there? Okay, I do need to put another coat on the white. It's not solid enough. Everything else is looking good. We are getting there. And then we'll do our details. We have cheekies to do. This white is not done yet though. Let's get it another little thing. All right. And then, like I said, I may or may not be able to be on tomorrow. I have to be at the craft show at 8, which means I have to leave here at 7:30. It's 7:08 right now. So if I did a project tomorrow, it would be like a Chocator one and done transfer, which I could do. I actually haven't done, you know, the Santa playing the piano or the barn. Maybe I should do the barn. Oh my gosh, guys. I love that Christmas barn. It is so, just a one and done with it. I don't know what's going on here. There's like a piece of hair going throughout that. I want these to be solid, but I still want to be able to see the stripes on these. I have to do the stripes, so that's another detail I got to do. So that's one of the things with these ornaments that takes time. I need to tackle that though before my next craft show. My goal is to get all of the joy ornaments that I have sitting back in a bucket, basically. I need to get all those painted. So like I said, every time that I cut a set of 3, there's an extra 1 on that sheet. So, okay, I'm going to move this for a second and get that really dry and scooch this up. We're going to scooch it up because we're going to take off the J and the Y so we can do our stripes. We need to do candy cane stripes. Dogs are really smart like that. Yeah, they really are. It's so funny. Darcy is my dog. she's my girl. She hangs out with me every night. The other dogs go to bed with my husband, and she comes in with Mom. Chloe used to be that way. Chloe used to be the one that hung out with me every night when I painted. You know what? This burgundy color, that Listener and Crimson, it needs another coat. It's kind of transparent. I'm just gonna quickly put another coat on that. I'm looking at it going, I'm not gonna be happy with it. But Darcy sits back there while I paint every night. Oops. Sometimes I grab a blanket and she sits right next to me. Other times she's in the dog bed. But the second that I'm done, here's the problem. Last week I was doing a lot of things where I would use the Chocator stencils like on the sled, and when I was doing some of the projects and getting ornaments and stuff ready, and I'd have to get up and go walk in the other room and wash the stencil. Every time I got up, she thought we're done for the night, that it's bedtime, and she'd jump up and she's ready to go to bed. I was like, no, Darcy, sorry, Mom's just going to the sink to wash the transfer. And I'd come back in and she'd settle back down. So she's funny though, because she kind of takes cues. She knows when I shut off the light that's above my paint table. She knows that it is time for bed. She's a funny bunny. Thanks for sprinkling, Gwen. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Good morning. Okay, we need to do cheekies on these guys. And then we also need to do the stripes. So let's do the cheeks first. I'm going to bring in another little palette dish if I have one. I don't have one. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, there's one. There's one. Okay, another little palette dish for some of the vintage pink. Don't need very much. So that's for my cheekies. I like to use that color. And then a paper towel. Okay, and I have the little dauber thing. So that's what it's called, is a dauber, D-A-U-B-E-R. And they have those at Michael's. They also have them at Hobby Lobby in the little packs. And they have 2 different sizes. So just put some of the paint on it and then just kind of twist on your paper towel to get most of it off. You want the cheeks to be light colored. You don't want them to be a bright pink. And then you're just going to put it where the cheeks would be. And same with Santa. Santa has cheeky cheekies that you can barely see. I'm just going to kind of tap it on there. And then Mrs. Claus, we are going to use a marker and do the mouth, but let's wait and do that till we've got all our stripes on. Okay, so got that done. Thanks for sprinkling, Sandy. I appreciate it. Sometimes it doesn't show that you sprinkled. I do sprinkle gifts each week. We're giving out stuff. A lot of times you might get an order and something extra is included. It's a little happy mail. We try to do that now and again. Can't do it to everybody every single time, but we try to sprinkle the love. Okay, I have all my brushes here. I really didn't need them. I thought I might need all these, but here we go. So we're gonna do our stripes. So the top stripe is white. I don't need to do that. So it's all the next stripe on each one, and then just go all the way around. So I like to just have mine on the board so I can move things around. I might need to do 2 coats. We'll take a look at it. The red I'm using is the Tuscan red, and I'm using an angle brush with this. So just getting my stripes on there, and it really doesn't take as much time as you would think. You just do it. There's lines there. I can see the score lines, and then I just turn my little piece so that however I need to turn it, if I need to turn it upside down to get a better angle, because the other side kind of goes the other direction around. It goes wide like that. It kind of curves around the bottom of that J. So turn it upside down so you get a better angle for your line. Whatever you need to do, guys. I just do it. I just do it. So just using the little tip part of that angle brush to get right in there in the small part, and then smooth that out. Smooth out that paint. You don't want big globs of paint in there. And then the end of the J. I kind of feel like I'm only going to need 1 coat. I hear my doggies out there. Okay, so I'm just going to set him out. Now it looks like a candy cane. Okay, and then we just keep going. We just keep going with all these. Okay, so there's that, and it's actually the same width as the brush when I press down. Okay. I don't know if my husband's leaving early. I hear rustling out there, and doggy chains. Their tags. So this is not hard. Just get a decent angle brush to do this, and just work at it. So I just get right along the line, and then I smooth it out. Okay, there's a Y. We'll just keep our Y's here. You got your package this morning. Yay! Yay! I'm so happy. It's nice when that happens. Gosh, guys. We are not caught up with orders because they just keep coming in. So, and some of the orders were really big. Like some people had 3 different orders that were combined, and they weren't just small things. So we're still working away. Both Tara and I, I'm cutting, like I'm doing my paperwork, and then I get up and I pull things out of the laser, and then I go back to my paperwork. So back and forth, and then working later on in the day, trying to get things done. But I'm going to be honest that you guys ordered a lot this time again, and some of the orders are like $300 orders, so it takes a while. There's quite a few of those, so we appreciate it. We appreciate every single order that you guys place. We are so happy that we can do this. We can share all of these cute ideas. And some of you are getting ready for craft shows. I just know it because you ordered like 10 of this and 10 of that and 10 of this and 10 of that. So you must be painting either for presents or for craft shows. But we have not as many orders that have gone out the door. That many orders have come in that day. So we're kind of like keeping even. We're not catching up for sure because the orders because you guys get your discount code. So over in the VIP group is the discount code that you can use every single day. You don't have to wait for a sale. There is a discount code in there. The sale is just usually a little bit more. The discount code is for 25% off every single day. When we do sales, we'll do 30% off. We'll do a sale maybe once a month or every other month. Not as often as, you might think. Hey, Judy, it's showtime. Yes. I know. I was saying I probably won't be doing a project tomorrow because I have to be out the door at 7:30. Yep, today is the day. I did get some more things done last night. Yay. More things to put out in my booth. I pulled a box of craft swap stuff to tag. I'll have a few hours. So I get to the craft show and there's certain things I have to do to get everything ready, but I do have some time to do my own stuff. Like put a few more things in my booth that I got done in the last 2 days. Tag a few things for the craft swap to put under the table for refill when stuff sells, because that's the way it works. And I have 2 people coming to set up their booth completely, and one other person there's a couple of people that did not get their booth done. So they're coming back and they are finishing up their booth. So, and then 2 people that are completely setting up their booth today. And then our food people bring in their stuff. So we have a lot that happens before the show. I will be getting there at noon, and most people will be there right then or shortly thereafter. And then the show opens at 4. So if you're in the area, come see us in La Mesa by Hobby Lobby, 5150 Wilson Street at St. Luke's Church. Yeah, there's signs. I put out signs, so you should see the signs. Send me a message if you get lost. I will guide you in. But don't come until 4 o'clock. That's when it opens. Or get there a few minutes early. Yeah, 4 to 7 today. It's not 9 o'clock today. 4 to 7. And then tomorrow it's 9 to 5. And then Saturday 9 to 3. Okay. There we go. That is the last. I do need to put little white highlight dots on the cheekies, and I need to do the mouth area with them with the marker. Hi, Bridget. How are you? Oh, you can help me with that. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. All right. Let me do the mouth first. Have my marker. Yeah, I found a box that it's from a previous craft show like years ago. Some of it, some ribbon in there, even some ribbon, and then there are lots of those little wooden stocking cutouts. Okay, this marker is not working. This marker is done. That marker needs to go in the trash, but I always check and see if the other end works. Let me try this one. I have 2 markers out here. Oh, this is the good one. This is the new one. Yeah, these markers don't last forever. Okay. All right, I have my little name tags. I don't know if I will need to do, I might need to make an apple. I might need to make an apple because I won't have one for Kathy. Well, I think I have some blank ones that I can write on. Okay, let's see. What else did I say I needed to do? The white highlights. White highlights in the cheekies. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me get a little bit of white paint in here. It's pretty low. How low can you go? Oh. Okay. All right. Get my dots in here. I'll do the little dots for Santa and right there. Okay. All right, guys. We're ready to dry. And we can we can ink the edges on, oh, no. See? I knew I'd forget. We need to do the red berries. See? I almost forgot. Okay. Take your stylus or the end of a paintbrush, and we're just going to do the red berries, and then we'll dry everything. Just kind of draw them in there. All right. There we go. So I just kind of draw it with the end of the stylus. Go round in a circle, round and around and around we go. I'm going to get you the link for these ornaments because some of you haven't ordered, but a lot of you have. A lot of you have them. And we're waiting for the tutorial because I've done the tutorial on all the other ones, but I hadn't done it on these. So let me grab that link for you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Product. Okay. Let me just search. I'll just search Joy. Ornaments. Okay, Joy ornaments. Okay, so they're, guess what? Joy Christmas ornaments. I'm trying to only do the ones that, guess what? It's going to give me, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to just give you just this one. And then you can look in that same section for the others. I thought maybe it would just give me all the joy, but it's giving me anything that has the word joy in it. I'm like, that's not what you want. Okay, so let me just give you this link right here, and then you can just search the other sections. Okay, ooh, let's dry. Let's dry, and then we'll ink our edges, glue together, put some jute, a bead, and a little bow on it. If you want to do a second coat on the stripes, you can. I kind of like how they're transparent like this on these. There's sometimes that I don't like it like that, but I think it's fine this time. I do see a little oopsie on that Y. I'm gonna grab my paintbrush. I just need to. Where's my red paintbrush? This one right here. I must have, maybe I bumped it. You just smooth that out. There we go. Okay, now that's better. It had like a little wiggle there. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, got to get these little dots done. Okay. Sometimes they raise up. Okay. All right, just tap them back down. Okay, let's do this. Let's take everything off. Let's kind of assemble it, and then we know if we got everything the right color. Okay, so let's do Santa first. Let's grab all of Santa's pieces, and I won't force the face in there right now. Can you hear the dogs? They're so funny. They get riled up. My dogs are hilarious. Okay, which nose is it? Was the larger nose. Okay, it's got the larger nose. Santa, you got a big nose. Okay, and then this is the elf. Yep, they're so funny out there. It sounds like Darcy. Okay, and he has this small nose. Well, here's his that, and then he has a button, and then he does. Oh, Santa has the holly leaves also. I will move everything and you'll be able to see all of this stuff. Okay, and then each of the J and the Y, they each have the snowflakes. Okay, this is layered. So got the hair, and then you have the glasses over it. Oh, this is Santa's hat band. Okay, got all of Mrs. Claus's pieces. I'm like this and that and this and that. Okay, got all my pieces. Gonna take my board down. We're gonna ink the edges, and then we'll glue it all together. So cute, guys. Okay, the white part on the elf goes on Santa. You're right. You are so right. Thank you. You're right. You're correct. I had it mixed up. It didn't look like it fit very good. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to go closer for you guys. Okay, look how cute they are. Oh my goodness. And I'll scooch them over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's start inking everything. I would have noticed that eventually, right? Okay, I have my glue, and I also have a sponge for little things. Got some glue right there. Let's just start with Mrs. Claus, and we'll just start on this side. So then we're going to take it apart again. Okay, so I assemble it so that I can make sure that I have everything. Okay, and then I'm just going to ink the edges on everything. Just kind of lightly go around it. If you can't get in there, you can use a Q-tip, or you can just skip some of those parts if you don't want to do everything. Okay, so we are just inking everything, then we'll glue it all back together. If you don't want to do this part of it, you don't have to. I don't do the snowflakes. I will do the edges of her hair, but the snowflakes, I want them to just be completely white. Yeah, when I went to glue, I would have noticed. I know. It does happen to me, though. It's like, wait, that doesn't go there. I will take all the help you can give me, guys. Honestly. And I try to look at the comments so that I catch those things if you're trying to tell me something instead of you guys yelling at the screen. I can hear you guys yelling at the screen. That's not the right one. You can put as much detail on these as you want. You can go in and do a ton of detail. Let's see if I can get in there on that hair. I'm probably not gonna detail all of the hair out. I can still see all the lines, so we're gonna leave that. Sometimes if you painted over it and you can't see the lines, then I would go back in and I would put in all the highlights. Maybe I'll do just a little bit. Let me just do that. Oh, actually, this goes across. So it's not even going to show if I do like a little highlight across. Okay, here's the face. Okay, so let's glue her together. We're just going to do the pieces that we can. Here's our J. This is the face. Here's her little collar, and here's the Y. Okay, so I just plopped some glue on there for those pieces, and then I can just put that directly on there, just like that. So cute. Like I said, you can do any colors you want. You don't have to do the same as I do. Okay, maybe you don't have a certain color. You just use what you have, guys. Honestly, I don't fuss over color. Like I said, I don't have the medium hazard green in here. Okay, well, I'm going to use whatever's closest instead of me walking in the other room to get the other one, the other color. I'm going to use what's closest. And even if sometimes I'll do a batch of something, and then Tara does a batch, and when I get to the craft show, they're painted differently. I really don't care, and my customers actually, they like that they get to choose. Because it might totally have been a different color, and go, oh, we used a totally different color on these than we did on the previous one. That's okay. That is a-okay. It never bothers me because customers actually like that. They'll sit there and they'll look at the faces. Oh, I like this face better. I'm like, they're all the same. And they're like, nope, they all have personality. I'm like, whatever you want to think. Go ahead. You get to choose. So yeah, customers are kind of funny that way. All right, so There's one, and here's one. And then we're gonna be putting jute and ribbon and a bead on each one. The heart goes right in the center. If you want to do highlight lines, you can. I'm going to skip that part today. There's the nose. Got your nose. Sometimes it's easier to put that nose on first. Okay. There we go. Okay. Isn't she so cute? She is adorable. Mrs. Claus, you are so darn cute. How do you get the 25% discount? You have to enter the code. I'll give you the code. I don't usually give it on here, but you would go to the VIP group. The code is VIP25. So when you are placing your order, and there's a place to put the code, it's going to ask for your discount code. Put VIP25. That's going to give you a 25% discount on your entire order. You don't have to get a minimum, I don't think. Is there a minimum on that one? I can look really quick. I don't think there's a minimum. I think that it's just whatever, because I think we did that for you guys. I can look, maybe discounts. Let me look and see. And it's not on the monthly kits. Okay, it's not based on a certain amount that I can see. I don't think there's a minimum amount that you have to do. No minimum. Okay, that's a good thing. No minimum. Okay, so we just made it easy for you guys. You will, if you guys are my VIPs, you watch all the time. So VIP 25, it'll give you the 25% discount. You can get that discount every single day. There's lots and lots of people that don't watch, that don't know about it, and they that just find my website and they pay full price. You guys get discounted price every single day. And then when I do the sales, you'll get, of course, you can get the sale price, which sale price, when I do a sale, it'll be more than the 25%. But yeah, because I appreciate you guys. You're on here, you are participating, you're commenting, you're helping keep my page alive, because it wouldn't be fun to just come on here and not have anybody on here talking, right? I don't know. Some people don't have a lot of people on their page, and they just like going live. And so they might go on and there might be nobody. And in the very beginning, I only had like 1 or 2 people. Cheryl was one of them. And then I had Diane from she was on my team. She was one of my team members. And she would watch every day. So there's a few of you guys that have been watching since the beginning of time, and then there's like hundreds that watch every day. It's crazy. I go back and I see how many people watch the replay. It's pretty crazy, guys. So, okay, I'm gonna do the ears. I'm gonna put like a little line there so that you can see there is a line there. I just went along it with a Q-tip. So sorry, sometimes I explain things too much. I go into detail too. Oops, I didn't do this Y. Why didn't I do the Y? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do the Y. We'll do it now. These are so cute. I want to have like a bazillion of them in my booth. I just need time. And last night I thought about painting some, but then I really needed standers. So my project last night was a gingerbread project. I haven't posted it yet. It's a new one. So I need to wait to show you guys until I can take pictures. But it's a cute little gingerbread. And then I have the Santa from the other night. I have those. So I need to take pictures. I'm hoping to take pictures before I put my price tags on for the craft show. Yep. Okay, so I'm assembling these guys. And then we'll tie our bows. We'll put our jute and our ribbon, our bead, on each one. Okay, so getting all the pieces on. Let's do his nose. Got my little sponge here. These little makeup sponges are great for that. You can just dip it in there. Okay. His hair. Actually, I can just use this. Okay, so the hair just goes right along the top of his head like that. Then the hat band. I like this glue because it gives you time to move things if you need to, but then it sets up within 5 minutes. So that's the nice thing about it, is the art glitter adhesive. Oh, let's see. Art glitter designer adhesive. This is the tiny one. So it comes in a refill and it dries clear. So I love that. Thank you, Julie. I saw it come across the top of my phone. They're just so cute. They're so darn cute. I love them. They're fun. So did you get, I didn't see the order. I just saw the notice that I received an order. Did you get each one? There's 3 sets, but okay. Well, let me see. I feel like the Y. There we go. Okay. Isn't he so darn cute? Okay, Santa, you're up next. Okay, I'm just going to switch these so that you can see front and center. Let's take off all our Santa pieces. So basically, you know, it's just one step at a time. That's all it is. It's one step at a time. You know, you paint your wood, then do the little teeny details like the cheekies and eyeballs if you need to, any lines that you need to do with the marker, and then you just start inking it. Okay, so it's steps. So paint, detail, ink, glue, and then put your ribbon on, and then enjoy or sell. For me, it's sell. I don't keep too many of my things. I think as a crafter of many years, I just don't keep too many things. I have no problem parting with anything that I make. I might put it up in my entryway to look at in a little display for part of the week. And then here comes a craft show and that whole area gets stripped out. I used to do that when my kids were little. I had nails on the wall, and anything I painted, I just hang it up on the wall to get it out of the way and to know what I had. And then the craft show would come around that weekend. And so a lot of craft shows I would do that way back then. I would set up that morning, and then the craft show would be that day, and I'd take my own money and then tear back down. So I would be stripping all the things off of my wall that Friday night, and I would have the price tags already on them. I like to tag things as I'm creating so that I don't run into this situation like I just had. Somehow I missed part of that. Sometimes I wait, and then I've got hours and hours of tagging. Like I just had that happen this time again. I don't know how it happens sometimes. Yeah, this last craft show, I spent like an entire day tagging things again. Putting price tags on is time consuming. So don't underestimate the time that it's going to take you to do that. Make sure you allow enough time to get your price tags done. It's important to do that. For me, it's important to have price tags on each item. So your customers don't want to ask you, and what if you're busy with this person over here and your item doesn't have a price tag on it, and the person is like, I'm not going to wait to ask. So honestly, it might seem like it's a pain in the butt to have a price tag on every single item. For me, that's what I have to do, and especially because they remove the item from the booth and then they pay for it up at the front. If they're paying you for it, then you could get away with having a price tag like all ornaments are this amount or whatever, or all of this item is this amount, and you don't have to price each item. But I feel it's important to have price tags on each item because they might move from that area. They might go to the other side of your booth, and then they're like, oh, how much was this one? So to tape a price tag on each of your items, it just works best. Makes it easy on you and on your customers. Okay, look at Santa. He's so cute. Hi, Santa. You are adorable. You did the gingerbread joy to the world. That's the one I did last night. That's it. That's exactly the one I did, Sarah. Did I take a picture of it? Let me look and see if I have a picture. Do I have it? I don't think I did. I did not take a picture last night. The picture I have on it is not my picture, but I can show it. I'll show it to you guys, but it's not the one that I painted. It's the sample for me to look at. Yeah, I painted that last night. I did 6 of them for last night. So cute. So this one, I'll be adding that to the website. I love that one. And then I have the Santa. Oh, maybe my Santa did upload to the cloud. Let me see if Santa uploaded. I can show you Santa, but I just don't have. Oh, it didn't upload. It did not. Okay. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. I think. Okay, hang on. Hang on. No, it's not there. It's funny how that works. Okay, trying to get out of this. Isn't that cute though? Okay, so I'll have those added to the website. I just didn't have time. Okay, here's these guys. Let's finish them out. They're so fun. I love them. Your customers are gonna love it too. All right. Hi Karen Ross, how are you? Okay, let me get my ribbon, my beads, and my jute. My beads are trying to run away. Here's my jute. Here's my ribbon. So I just do random colors, okay? So I'll do, it depends on how many I have. If there's 4, then I'll do 2 red and 2 black. Okay, I'm gonna just have my scissors here. I still haven't found my other one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost one of my good pairs of the Chocator scissors, and they don't sell them anymore. Yep. I like to tie my bows and then glue them on. Okay, so I tie my bows. You have plenty of ribbon. We give you extra. I get my bows ready. Kind of fiddle with them. You're going to paint the Santas tonight. Yeah, I love the Santas. Do I have a picture of the other set with the moose? Yes, but not where I'd have to scroll back. It would be I would have to scroll way back, but I can find it and send it to you. I can send it through. Oh, it's actually on if you go, here's how you can find it. If you go to my website, if you go to the website, it's on there. So if you ever need to have a picture of something that you purchased from the website, just go back to the website and click on that item, and then you can bring it up on your screen, and you can either save it, do a screenshot, or save it on your phone. So if you go to the website, then you can just search for it there. It's always there. If you bought it there, I think it's painted. Well, maybe it's not painted. Maybe it's raw wood on there. Oh, that might be a problem. I'll find it for you, Lori. I don't know if I added it. What items aren't they selling anymore? What items aren't they selling anymore? What items aren't who selling anymore? Tell me what you mean by that. I probably said something and now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure what you mean. What items aren't they selling anymore? What did I say that made you ask that question? I'm like going through my mind. Explain what you mean, Pam. I'm sorry. My mind is on to the next subject. Tell me what you mean. We still have all of the same things on our website. We really haven't taken any off of our website. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know why you asked. The scissors. Oh, the scissors. Sorry. Yes, the scissors. Yes, thank you. Oh gosh. My mind was already on to the next thing. On the pictures. I was focusing on the pictures. Yeah, the scissors they don't have anymore. There's many things. They quietly retire things. There's the detail tool. Okay, so I'll show you on the next one how I did that because I didn't really talk through that. I want this one to have a black ribbon and a red bead. Okay, so I think, or no, maybe I need to figure this out. Okay, that should go with that. Maybe she needs the red bead and the black. No, the red bow and black. Okay. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Which do I want where? No, that's right. Okay. Okay, so red bow and black bead. Yeah, there's many other things that they retire. I never know until I go to look for them. They don't tell us what's retiring. It just, yeah, I wish they did. I think it's because they don't want us to be upset every time something retires, and we say, well, why can't you continue it? We did have that discussion. So there was a discussion when I was on my when I was away. We did talk about things like that when I was in Sedona. There's many reasons why they have to discontinue things. Sometimes it's just not available anymore to them. Their supplier is no longer supplying that, and they haven't been able to source it again, and maybe they'll bring it back later, slightly different. You know, if they can get another supplier that can create it. The stir sticks too. Yeah, I have quite a few stir sticks here. I'm not, because the stir sticks, I wasn't as concerned about for me. For you guys, I am, but before we used stir sticks, we used to get the little tiny spoons. I used to get the little spoons at the Dollar Tree. I would get little spoons and use that. There are makeup, little makeup spreaders, little scoops that you can, I don't know what they're called, little spoons. So sometimes their supplier just stops making that item. Sometimes they've ran through their great big batch that they had to buy a minimum of, and it's not worth it for them to buy another great big batch because it didn't sell very well. There are certain things like that. I think that board erasers are another thing that they may not have right now. There are many things. Okay, let me show you, because I'm just talking too much. Fold your jute in half and then pinch it so that you can push that through the hole. Okay, so that end, and then you open that up and you grab the little tails and pull that through so that it has that little cross across there. So I'm really sorry, Pam. My mind was like already onto the pictures, trying to think of how I was going to get those, because I don't remember if they're on my phone somewhere. They're on my phone somewhere. Anyways, that's what happens when we're talking about so many different things, and then I'm also thinking about don't forget this and don't forget that. And like one of my biggest fears, I already have it already. I have my money already. I have my credit card machines on my little table right by my front door. I have all my stuff gathered, my candy, all my stuff that I have to take to the craft show is all on my little table by my front door, because I don't want to forget something. I don't want to get to my craft show and go, oh, I left the money at home, or oh, I left the credit cards at home. I don't want to do that. Okay, I have my hot glue gun plugged in. We're going to glue the little bows on. So all I do, when there's a little, there, all I do is put a little bit of glue right below the bead, and then I press the bow down into it. Okay, so just like that. You don't want to put your fingers in there. If you need something to press that down with, grab your multi-tool. Grab a detail tool. Okay, don't use your fingers. I'm grabbing the sides of the bow and pressing it down in there, but then you can grab your little detail tool or multi-tool and tap it in. That works. If the glue happens to get on that, it'll just peel right off. Okay, there's that. Yeah, the scissors have been gone for a while, I think. I don't know how long. There's certain things that they just don't have. It didn't make sense for them to reorder, and during COVID, they might have ordered a great big batch, and now it's gone, and they're like, we can't invest in like the thousands and thousands of dollars to order a great big huge minimum order. All right, we're done. Aren't these so cute? Oh my goodness. You hope that they do or get rid. Oh yeah, the board erasers. I know, exactly. Yep. We asked for them back. We did. I don't have extras. I sold them at my last thing. Look at how adorable those are. They're going to look so cute on my tree. All right, guys. We're done. Thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. I love creating with you. So just remember, tomorrow I'm going to be heading out to my craft show early. The chances of me being able to have time to come on here and do a project is about that slim. I feel like it just is hard because I don't want to rush through a project. I'd rather just not do one than say, okay, we have 2 minutes to do a project. We'll see how tomorrow morning goes. All right, I hope you have a fantastic day. These are so darn cute. If you ever need a link for anything, just send me a message and I will send it to you. All right, I love you guys. Have a fantastic day.